Alrighty. We are here streaming, and yeah, look at this. We have small owl friends with us in the stream. I don't know why we're doing this stream, but we are. So here we are right now. Right now, we sound like a cowboy. I'm gonna tell the people on separate platforms that we're doing the stream right now. So that's what I'm gonna do. So you just hang on. You just gotta hang on right there. So I'm gonna do. So that's what. All right, hold on. Sorry. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna do some file prep while talking about Anime Expo and whatnot. I thought I would do that. So yeah, how did the convention go? It went very very well. To say nonetheless, there's a bunch of stuff that I did. I held a panel. I basically went to the Hall Live Dodgers game. Then I went to the Hall Live Gathering where Yago showed up again and supplied the giant head. And yeah, there was a bunch of other stuff. So to say nonetheless, it was quite fun, I guess you could say. So yeah, that was that. So overall, it was pretty good. Yeah, it's very interesting going to conventions nowadays, to say nonetheless. I should put on some music, maybe. I'm going to do that. Yeah, if you have any questions, just ask me. I will do it. What I'm doing on my laptop is I'm preparing the files. So I've been putting off making like the VTubers for like a long time. The rest of them, there's like 50 I still have to do. The Dodgers game went viral. Yeah, that was so funny. The Dodgers game. You know what was crazy about like that whole experience? They they didn't allow backpacks or any form of bag into that game, which is very which is kind of ridiculous. That I tried to bring in this like Mume Nanashi bag in of friend, and like there's nothing in it, and we can't now you can tell, and like they didn't allow this like tiny bag in. It looks a lot bigger than it is on camera, but yeah. They didn't allow me in, and then I had to like wait in line for like an hour to drop it off at this like I don't even know what you would call it, this like semi truck. They don't allow backpacks or any form of bag in the Dodgers game. I said like in line, like at this point, man, they probably like tell you couldn't bring like a napkin in there because it's like technically like a device that can hold something. So can you consume the plus show? Not so much. The wild thing about the Dodgers game, as a person that actually was there, is that um, basically, like when I was in the stand, I was probably one of the only like Hololive fans that, or one of the. I was in the minority of one of the people that actually like watched the baseball game, just because all the fans like throughout the entire game were just sort of like focused on like trying to get merchandise. So you'd see like you would see like all of like the Dodger fans in the stadium, and then you would see like all the people that came here for the Whole Live stuff just in like a humongous like line to get like the merchandise that like wrapped around the whole stadium. So uh, when I was actually like in the crowd like watching the baseball game and seeing like Otani try to swing, or whenever he would come up, you like I saw no like Hall Live fans get up and get excited just because they weren't there. So like I would have expected like I would see like some Whole Life fans like during the Dodgers game like cheer like in the crowd when they saw Gura, but I didn't see any just from my perspective. I mean they were in the crowd because like on the I think on the Jumbotron as they call it, they were the Jumbotron or whatever you want to call it, the big screen where like they showcase like the fans having fun. Like I saw some people uh with like plushies like these, except for like it wasn't Mume, it was like Suse and Gura. But yeah, those were the only Hololive fans I saw in the crowd. Like the rest were just like normal Dodger fans. So yeah, I think the Dodgers. It's probably the Dodgers honestly because they don't know like the insanity that is like Hololive fans. They probably like I think they underestimated just like how many of the people that were going to be showing up for the Dodgers game because of the collaboration were going to want merchandise because like the line to get the merch was like kind of remind me of like the early days of like Anime Expo. Like I remember one time I was like at Anime Expo and there was like a line that was literally like 2 miles long and it went into like some people's like neighborhood. It like reminded me of that. So, but yeah, but yeah. Uh, I'm getting pinged on Discord. Um, what is the background? Oh, it's just, my artwork and whatnot, or, I mean, it's not really my artwork, but you know what I mean. It's one of my rooms I've covered. Glad I got to meet you again. Enjoyed your panel. Oh, yes, I think the panel went really well, to say nonetheless. Like, everything pretty much went smoothly with it. And I should put on some BGM because, like, I'm just, like, yapping in the void now. This is very scuffed. It's going to be coming, like, from my laptop, but, yeah, the panel, though, it went really well. I don't think, anything really, really went wrong throughout the whole thing. Like, the only thing that kind of went wrong on the technical side is that there was, like, one video I didn't get to showcase. Like, there was a video of me cutting. I had like 3 videos to show. One was like the Church of Meisno video. The second was like me putting it all together, and the third one was me like cutting stuff. And like I didn't get to showcase that because there was like a technical error. But overall, I think it was very well like executed. Like there were no problems that like really interfered with like how the panel was. So yeah. It was very good. But yeah. Do you have footage on the expo? I only saw it on your story. Yeah. The whole entire I got like footage of basically the entire panel that I did and some other videos of me like dancing, I guess you could say. For the very first time I finally went to an Anime Expo like sort of party. I did not know these existed, but like yeah, I always wondered like what you're supposed to do like at Anime Expo after like 9 because basically everything closes and it's like I think that's the answer. Like there's these parties at Anime Expo which are just like at random hotels and it's like you'll see people like in cosplay like dancing and whatnot or like I guess like raving to like something like Renai Circulation or something. It's very, very fun to say nonetheless. So, you mentioned you wanting to make a game. Would you use some of your cool original creature cutout designs for it? I think so. It wouldn't be for the game that I'm working on now. In the panel, at least, like, that game, I don't think I'll use any of my original creations, but, like, if I ever do make a game, like, after that one, I'll probably, like, implement, like, just my creative, I guess you could say thoughts, or whatever you want to call it, so, yeah, I'm not sure. What happened the first day that I went there? I'm trying to think about this. I guess I'll just recap. Like, yeah, yeah, I got there on the of July, and yeah, the first day of July was just kind of me like walking around the convention and whatnot, and like showing off my Meisno peacock and meeting like a lot of the people that recognized me from the Saika peacock, I guess cosplay, I guess you could say, and just seeing how it was this year and seeing how the exhibit hall was. So that was a lot of fun. So yeah, I think it's good for. I think it's good if you're like a creator to like go to conventions, honestly, just because it can like sort of balance out. Um, I guess it can balance out your own perception of how much the internet like hates or likes or dislikes you, if that makes sense. So uh, like if you go to a convention and like a lot of people are coming up to you and saying how much they appreciate your work, it kind of makes it kind of puts in perspective that like not as many people may hate you as you may think. So obviously it's not with every creator that can say that, but yeah, it was the case for me. Sometimes obviously for doing this stuff, I feel like uh, I'm like hated on the internet just because like I read so many threads about like what I do and how people don't like that. So it was kind of refreshing to go to AMA Expo and meet so many people who were really excited about to see me and tell me about like all the stuff that they do and how it makes them happy. So yeah, you're a real one, bro. I'm a head out. Alrighty. Uh, Quick question. At the panel, you said we can DM you for VTubers to make cutouts for your own project. How else can we let you know? I guess just by getting my attention, really, anyway, like even through chat, to be honest. So, um, I will say though, like what should I say? If you want me to like make a VTuber cutout, it's I'm really only doing like requests if it's like the VTubers themselves, if that makes sense. So I feel like that would be a little bit. The only reason why is because then I feel like I would have too many requests if like you know people were recommending me like VTubers to make and they were just like a fan, if that makes sense, because then there'd be too many. But yeah. Uh, I couldn't make it to the convention since I'm in France and plane tickets are a bit expensive, but I appreciate your work a lot. You really made me want to go to AX, but no money. Yeah, I see. It's I think it's definitely the convention to go to, honestly. The crowd too at Anime Expo was a lot better this year. Like usually the crowd at AX is just like sort of abysmal in terms of like just how many people are there, and it like kind of feels dangerous at certain points, like last year because of like how overcrowded it was. But surprisingly this year, it wasn't as high, like in terms of like the amount of people were there. Like I was in the exhibit hall and I could actually see like 20 feet in front of me, and I could see like all the booths and whatnot. So um, it was kind of like every day at Anime Expo this year was like day 4 of last year. So, and then day 4 of last year was yeah, the most empty I think I've ever seen it. So in the exhibit hall. So yeah. But yeah, I would be hyped to see if you ever come around a convention around here. You would have thousands of recommendations. Yeah, how on earth could you filter through them? Yeah, yeah. The reason why I'm only doing like requests if like the VTuber personally, like wants it themselves is just because then like I know that they they really really want it and I should do it. So the whole VTuber project, like in part the reason why I'm doing it is just because I think a lot of the VTubers are when I do it, they're very appreciative if I make a cutout of them. So yeah, I like it. I think it's good to do that to make things for people if they're gonna get a lot of joy out of it. So, but yeah, um, so that was day one. There wasn't really too much. Um, it's very very interesting to say nonetheless. Um, Compared to last year too. I think I don't know. I don't know how to talk about this. I don't like talking about this, but I don't know what else to speak about. But yeah, a lot of people that like recognize me from the Mizno stuff. A lot of people are they're starting to call me like by my actual name, if that makes sense. Like they're like they're starting to call me like just Tobin or Tobin Jacobs, which I find pretty interesting. Like before, when I used to like attend like conventions with like anime cutouts and whatnot, they would either say like you're the that one guy, or like the Sayaka guy, and now like just people are just calling me like Tobin or Tobin Jacobs, and it's pretty surreal, honestly. Like, I was in the elevator and someone was just like, "Hi, Toe," and I was like, "Oh man, I'm not exactly used to that, man." Just people calling me, by my first or first and last name that I haven't met before. So it's pretty interesting adjusting to that rather than just being like a cutout man, as they say. So I thought that was interesting compared to like last year. Just more people are just like calling me by my name now, which is very interesting. So I'm not used to it, but we'll get there. So on the second day, that was when the panel was. Yeah, it's very interesting. I'm very glad too. At the convention, they allowed me to bring like my Mizno peacock and whatnot. So I was kind of afraid that they weren't going to allow me in there with that thing. So just because it's how should I put this? They're very strict like at AX, like about like the props you can bring. It's kind of funny how you were overwhelmed by the Sayaka project. You finally got finished with it, and you immediately dove into another overwhelming project. Yep, that is, pretty much. I mean, there was some time. I had like a small break before I really dived into the VTuber project. Like, yeah, I finished it in April of 2023, the Mizno video, and then I thought about doing the VTuber project like immediately after, but I really only started, I think, in like March of this year. So it was almost like 9 months, I would say, before like I really got serious about the next one. So yeah, and the second panel. So I suppose I could just like overview like what I said or what I showcased in my panel and whatnot. So the panel was just basically me explaining like a lot of the ins and outs of me not streaming, making cutouts and whatnot. So it was like a panel describing how I make cutouts, where I store cutouts, sort of why I do it, how I do it, and like why I started in the first place. And then it ended with me, showcasing the project I'm doing now, which is the VTuber Republic video. Me showcasing and announcing the video game I'm working on, and then finally showcasing like an itinerary of every single cutout I've made, and then it ended with a Q&A. So, but yeah, overall, I think it was a lot of fun hosting like a panel for the first time. So, yeah. What I found was sort of cool is that yeah, or I don't know if I should say that, but yeah, never mind. I don't think that's worth mentioning. But yeah, overall, it's just very nice. It's very very interesting to say nonetheless. I think I don't. I was expecting like there would be like some behind the scenes like uh, details like that I could show that I didn't know about, like hosting like a panel. Like they have you go into like some separate room or something, and then like the coordinator like comes up to you, and then he talks to you for 5 minutes about the rules and regulations. But like really, like hosting a panel like at AX, it's like that's more simple than anything. I think that's probably the biggest realization that I had about the thing. Like you literally just like I feel like you could honestly just like sort of like I don't know what you should say. People you could you could almost like impersonate like you're a panelist, and I feel like because of I mean it's no fault on them, but I was a little bit shocked that they just kind of let me in. Basically, like the way you set up for the panel is that you just knock on the door and you just say like, "Hey, I'm a panelist," and yeah, then they just allow you in, because I don't think anyone really like tries to tries to say they're. I don't think anyone like tries to say they're running a panel, but they're not actually, and they're just like trolling. So they just let me in. So yeah. I was expecting it for me to be like more vetted, but no, they just let me in and like plug in my laptop, and then I was ready to go. So that's the other thing too. Like there's a bunch of things like that which just made me fun that were just like funny to me. Wait, you're working on a video game? Yes, indeed. Alex was very strict with that. Would could bring in. I took a cat out for 3 days and was wondering. I took a cutout for free for day free and was wandering the con for 3 hours until they told me to get weapon checked for some reason. Yeah, dragged into the underground bunker to talk about anime. Surprisingly, you weren't in AI deepfake. Yeah, I mean, not obviously it doesn't have to be that extreme, like the checks and whatnot, but like I kind of felt like if you just had confidence in like a laptop, you could just be like some random guy and just like uh get up on stage and yeah, pretend you're a panelist, I feel. But yeah, that went well. I like the Q&A questions honestly too for Anime Expo. Yeah, there were a lot of good questions. So yeah. But that's pretty much that. I don't know really what else happened. Day 3 was pretty interesting as well. Can we get some details on your game? Yeah, for sure. I mean, it started like this year, like in February. It was like we were like working on it for like a month, and then like it's kind of on hiatus right now, just because there's like so many like papercraft projects that I'm working on, and I kind of want to like grow more on social media before I like start working on it again. So I have like more uh so I have more like ability to promote it, once it's like officially out. So the game is made in RPG Maker, or it's going to be made in RPG Maker, and it's going to be sort of like a very story rich game. And yeah, there's 4 characters in it, all of which I made. 2 of which I actually did the original illustration to for as well. You can see here there's like some like drawings and some sketches. You can't really see them well. They're sort of amateur too because they were drawn by me. But yeah, yeah, I was for the characters of that game. I was the original like concept illustrator. So yeah, I'm thinking of like getting like an artist to like just like draw some art of it, so I can like I guess just tease it, since it's been a relatively long time since like I've like posted anything or done any progress on the game. So I think like hiring someone to make like a promotional art piece would be really 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 good. So, are you where? Are you aware of it? It's Sayaka's birthday? Yes, indeed. I basically, yeah, I posted on Twitter the Mizno Church video on Twitter because it was Mizno's birthday. So that's what I also loved about my panel too. So on my panel, I played my most like famous video, the Mizno Church video, like on a projector, in front of like 100 or 200 people, and I got to see like a live, like almost like premiere, uh, like reaction for all the people in the audience. So like you know, one of the parts of that video would like come up and like a bunch of people would laugh. So it was very interesting like seeing a crowd's reaction to that video. So since I only usually see it like in streams and people are watching it or wherever it is, so don't turn into Yandere Dev. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I hope I won't, at least. So it's definitely gonna be a long time, that video game, though. So the thing with it too is I want it to be like really really perfect, if that makes sense. Like I want it to my voice. I want it to like not like, I don't really want to compromise really on anything. Like there's a few things that like I'm willing to, but I really want it to make it like as perfect and like exact to the vision as I want it, or else like I don't think it'll work. So like I don't think it'll work like in being a good game if it's not like exactly the way that I'm imagining it. So I think growing on social media is mainly about making good videos with story. That's what pulls people in. Yeah, for sure. Oh, by the way, I'm sweating because this is what I got too at Anime Expo. I'll showcase this. Oh, this is Death the Kid. It's like a jacket, and it's like, I think it's like the most like expensive like piece of clothing I've ever gotten. It's like it was like $150, but like Death the Kid is my favorite character, so I had to get it. I basically didn't do any shopping until the last day because like I was so busy, and then it was like at the final day where it was like, I haven't bought anything, so I should, because like, you know, that's a big reason why I go to Anime Expo, because they have cool stuff to buy. And then also, I gotta showcase this really quick. Look at this. Look at this. I also got this at Anime Expo. I thought this was so cool. You see that? It's... Oh, the camera can't focus, but we got both of them, man. They're Lego Waluigi and Wario. So... they're very cool. I got those things and this and the bag, but that's pretty much it. Ugh. So yeah, but yeah, in terms of the long form videos, or the videos of storytelling, that's why I'm going into long form content creation, just because I feel like it's kind of needed at this point. So, but yeah. Well, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, the AX meeting too was like the Hollow Takeover thing was pretty good. There are some technical difficulties, like yeah, like Achan, the giant head of Achan, it got a little bit wrinkled. The reason why is because for like, this is the first time that I used like my big printer for like bringing a cutout to convention. I learned that, yeah, I'm never gonna do that again. For all the cutouts I bring to conventions, I do it the traditional way, which is like printing out like, you know, 100 sheets and putting it all together. Yeah, surprisingly, jank methods are better than having a giant printer to print the whole thing in 1 or 2 sheets, because yeah, when I brought out A-chan, she was kind of wrinkled. So yeah, I'll definitely for any other like cosplay or like just convention, like 11 by 17, the 11 by 17 method where I like stitch pages together is like what I'm going to do. So I think Yago, the giant Yago head, like turned out like fine though. But yeah, that was a big oopsie on my part. So did you see that baseball game with Hollow VTubers? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was there. I was there at the baseball game, and yeah, it was really neat to say nonetheless. Craziest part about that thing is I don't even know like if anyone really mentioned this on Twitter. Like everyone's like talking about like how Gura Singh take me out to the ball game, which I'm not saying like that shouldn't be the main focus because that was definitely the highlight. But the drone show was also really cool, and I don't think anyone really mentioned on Twitter that they basically let like all the Hololive fans onto the field to watch the show. So that was really cool. I actually got to be on the baseball field like while watching it. So yeah, I have like one photo of me just like on the field. It's yeah, I think it's a pretty cool photo. So it's kind of like what was it that time like that baseball game and they like destroyed disco and then like a bunch of fans ran out to the field. It was kind of like that, but rather than like destroying like disco records, they were instead just watching like anime women in the sky. So yeah, and then for today, uh, yeah, today I was technically at Anime Expo. It feels like yesterday almost because I took a nap after I got here. Um, Today, really nothing like that much happened. Oh, actually, what's more interesting to talk about is like last night. Yeah, the party was very interesting. Yeah, I went to this party at the Westin Hotel. It was like a AX like sort of meetup. Those are pretty fun, honestly. It's just like a bunch of dancing and whatnot. So yeah, but yeah, nothing really happened today. It was just me like shopping and whatnot, and getting like getting Wario and Waluigi minifigures. But yeah, overall it was pretty fun. There's like so many details I'm forgetting that I feel like yeah would be interesting. Oh yeah, oh that's so funny. I'm not sure if I should mention that. I feel like whenever you like tease like information like that, you just kind of have to say it. So I'll just say it. Wait, where can we watch the panel? Well, right now, like I have like the full video, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna release it because I'm not sure if I'm allowed to. But yeah, if I am allowed to, then I'll release it though, just because like it was my first panel ever, like at a convention, so I feel like it's kind of historic, even if it's like not the best like quality in terms of like production. I kind of just want to like upload it to YouTube for time's sake, just because it's my first anime convention panel ever, so it's quite historic for me. So yeah, yeah. That's so funny. The thing I was gonna mention earlier though is I saw Sea Dog VA, which is pretty interesting. So, uh, I did not say hi though because it was like 1 a.m. I was like walking out of a Denny's and like there were like it was kind of like in a sketchy area, so like I didn't want to I didn't want to freak him out because like we like he was walking this way with someone and I was walking the other way, and it didn't really register in my mind that was him until he was like 20 feet behind me, and like obviously if I just wanted to say like what's up and whatnot, I feel like it would be kind of weird if like like he's walking this way, and then like I run 20 feet back, just to say hi. He'd probably think I was like like some form of crackhead or something on the side of the road, like running at him like 28 Days Later style. So, but yeah, yeah, I thought that was just so funny because like the odds of just like seeing him like on the side of the road was was quite surreal after Denny's. So yeah. Yeah, I know I saw on stream he was very curious about sort of like what I do and whatnot, which is like why I had thoughts of meeting him. But yeah, I didn't want him to think that it was like some form of zombie or something. So, but yeah, I'm trying to think. I wonder, is there anyone else I met? Oh yeah, I met what's his name? I don't know how to pronounce the name correctly. I think it's Establuk, the Chica Dance man, as well, and I like shot a few videos with him, so that was also pretty cool. I will say I'm not the best like on camera, but yeah, I enjoyed shooting some videos with him, so it was overall pretty good. Just because I have 5,000 cutouts of you, friend, doesn't make me weird. Yeah, that's also another reason too. I was a little bit like, yeah, I don't know. That's another reason why I was also a little bit hesitant when like, you know, deciding if I was going to approach, just because like, yeah. I mean, for the people that I have met that I've made cutouts of too, they're relatively like, they're they're pretty nice, or chill. Like the only one that I can really think about, like that was like when I briefly met Emaru last year. I made a 20-foot tall cutout of her, and she was like chill about it. So yeah. Well, yeah, that is pretty much like the summary of AI. Is there anyone? I don't know, really. Yeah, I really didn't. I didn't meet too many people actually this year at AX. To be honest, there's a lot of people that I wish I could have met. No, so yeah. But yeah, that's just me yapping, and yeah, I thought I would do a quick stream just to summarize my experience for like time's sake and whatnot. I guess this is like some form of like stream diary of or whatever. Just kind of wanted to talk about it, honestly, because like for the last 4 days, it's been every single day I'm there, so I've been there. But yeah, alrighty then. I suppose what I shall say now is that oh god, Wario's head has fallen. What I will say now is that yeah, I'm probably gonna get back to working on the cutouts and whatnot. The VTuber Republic video is still in the works. I don't know when it's going to be done, but I think it's going to be, like, really big once it, like, comes out. Like, I don't know if it will do as well as, like, the Mizo thing, but it will definitely be my magnum, like, opus in terms of, like, the production that's put into it. So, yeah, after coming back from Anime Expo, like, I feel very refreshed. I think, like, making cutouts for so many days can kind of make you a bit stale in the mind, I guess is the best way of putting it. So it was a nice breath of fresh air, to say nonetheless. So yeah. But anyways, I think yeah, I'll probably end it here. Thank you for joining the short stream. It was like 40 minutes or so of me just like rambling about my experience at the anime convention. So yeah. Yeah, last thing, if any future people or people here went to my panel, I just wanted to say I appreciate it, and yeah. Yeah. I hope you stick around and, continue watching all my antics, and yeah, that will be all. and I don't have like those. I'm not professional streamer. I'm like jank streamer, so I don't have one of those end cards where it's like you press it and then like a thing comes up and then it like fades out the thing. So like yeah, I am jank man, and like basically this is like the last thing you're going to see, and it's just gonna stop.